Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is your brother Firas talking to you today about a very sensitive and important issue that's taking place and has been taking place in our public schools for many, many years, which is bullying. We've seen the latest video circulating on social media showing a hijabi Muslim student being attacked, physically attacked, punched on the head, yelled at, humiliated, in a very terrible way. Very disturbing video, and unfortunately, we sit there, we look at it, and we definitely feel concerned and worried about our children, about all children that are subjected to bullying. But here we see our Muslim students being targeted. And we all know from statistics, from police reports, from Stat Canada, that the number one motivation for hate crime would also include bullying is race and ethnicity. Number two is religion. And the top three races that are being targeted are African, Arab, and South Asian. So if you're an Arab or South Asian Muslim student, unfortunately, you are up on the list and most likely to get bullied. And if you're an Arab or South Asian Muslim female, then your chances are even higher. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all our children and all children from bullying. The rates are going up. We see all the stats telling us, especially against Muslims, they're rising between 2021 and 2022. It rose by 71%. So it is alarming and it is disturbing. We know that there are many efforts out there by officials and by other organizations to deal with racism and bullying, but unfortunately, it's still not to a level that's powerful enough to stop it. And we all know that in 2021, Peel District School Board focused on a new anti-racism policy to fight bullying and racism in schools, and Islamophobia was a big part of it. So we say thank you for Peel District School Board and thank you for the staff that worked on it. And we all know Brother Omar Zia, who's a principal at one of Mississauga's schools. He was very instrumental and had an important role in pushing this forward. With all myself, I participated in the roundtables and discussions to talk about Islamophobia and talk about racism and how we can solve it. So thank you very much for all the efforts, but please, this needs to stop. We need to do a lot more. The video that we saw, again, obviously targeted a hijabi student. There could have been some personal issues, but we cannot neglect that Islamophobia is most likely a motivator, right? Because bullies, most likely, as we all read in different reports and different researches, they were bullied themselves. They are disturbed people. They were subjected to some sort of psychological stress in their lives. So the way they look for their praise, they need to see a weaker student so they can build up the courage to bully. And unfortunately, who's classified as the weakest? The one that's probably vilified by the media day and night, the one that they see as weak, the one probably that have an accent, and that shows them that this target is an easy target. So unfortunately, Muslims, especially females, hijabis, they could be an easy target for those bullies. We also need to know that bullying comes in different forms. There are different types of bullying, so we can identify it. In order for us to fight it, we need to properly identify it. The first and easiest type of bullying to identify is the physical one, which involves hitting, kicking, punching, shoving, stealing. And as per the Government of Canada's website, it starts in schools at the age of 4. Yes, at the age of 4, we have bullying. And it gets worse as students grow in age and in grade. The other type of bullying is the psychological bullying, which is probably as harmful and even worse. The psychological bullying could just shatter someone from within, could really, really hurt them and destroy their future. And the psychological one is divided in two parts: the verbal and the social. The verbal is insulting, calling names, jokes, belittling somebody, even a look, even if it's a degrading look, that could really harm someone's feelings and cause them to really suffer. And then there's the social one that involves gossiping, rumors, ignoring somebody, or not including them in group work. All this form of isolating a student away from the group. This is also psychological bullying, classified under social bullying. So it doesn't have to be physical that will cause bruises for you to notice there is bullying happening. It's mainly psychological. And it gets really worse in high school if you get to a level of sexual harassment. And sexual harassment, my dear brothers and sisters, could be as simple as a joke, a sexual joke, or rumors, spreading rumors about sexual relationships that could really hurt a student, especially female students, especially Muslims. Relationships outside of marriage for us in Islam, they're a big taboo. And a person gets really insulted if you accuse them or they're being accused of having such relationships. And not just for Muslims, it's for everybody, but mainly where people adhere to a religion that is strict about relationship. This could really cause them psychological damage. And the last type mentioned on the website is the ethno-culturally based bullying. That includes any physical or verbal behavior that will harm someone based on their ethnicity and religion or culture, which is, as we said, the number one motivator for bullies is ethnicity, religion, race. So our students are very vulnerable. They could be subjected to bullying from different types, and we need to be aware of it. How are we going to be aware of it? I spoke to Brother Umar Zia, who's very well known to a lot of us. He's very active in the community. Jazakallah khair for all the work he's doing for our students and the community, to ask him about the incident. We all saw the video, and it's clear. There could be other motivations, but as we said, she's a hijabi and she was attacked, and we need to make sure that doesn't happen again. So I asked him for his advice. He gave me many advices that I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to share with you my experience as well in dealing with bullying and students' issues, other issues in the past 10, 15 years that I've been supporting children in our community. First advice goes to the parents. Brothers, sisters, please talk to your children. Talk to them every single day, every night. On dinner table, talk to them about their school. And you don't really have to ask about their studies. What did you learn? Because we're very known to focus on your grades, your studies, your lessons. It's good to ask about this, but we really need to ask about how they feel in school. We need to know if anybody's harming them, if anybody's hurting them, if anybody's hurting their feelings, if they're comfortable or not. We need to start focusing on these things because, as we said, the biggest part of bullying is psychological. It's not even physical. So we need to talk to our children and ask them. By asking them, we are comforting them, letting them know that we're with them. We're standing beside them. We are supporting them, not just us. The entire community is with you. The resources we have in the community will be available for you. We get them empowered. This empowerment will make them confident, and they will be able to stand against bullying just by being empowered. And if you are made aware that your children are subjected to bullying, Brother Umar is advising, please go immediately to the principal. Don't go to the vice principal. Don't go to anybody else. Don't go to the teacher. Direct to the principal. Why? Because you want to get things done. If you go talk to anybody, you have to go back to the principal anyways, so that might be a longer route. That might delay the solution, or might even get it dismissed. We need to go right to the source and talk to the principal. Most likely, if you talk to the principal and tell them we suspect a case of Islamophobia, they will take you serious and they will do something about it. Now, I know historically from my experience, a lot of principals will try to downplay the issue or dismiss it, or oh, it's just students playing or whatever. Now we know they take it a lot more serious because of all the great efforts being done at different levels. So they will take you serious if you say Islamophobia. We suspect a case of Islamophobia. Now, in case the principals will not address the problem or take you serious, go right to the superintendent. Every school board has a superintendent who's responsible for the performance of the principals when it comes to students' well-being and students' affairs. So their information, their contact information are available on the website. Call them, get them involved, and tell them that we need actions, and most likely you will get it. So don't just be passive and look at it and say, I don't know what to do. We're telling you what to do. So please take it serious and help your children and help empowering your children. Brother Umar also advised, if you know about a case of bullying that's taking place outside of school, so the principal has no jurisdictions and no control, no authority, report it to the police immediately. Don't wait. Don't think about it. Don't analyze. Don't say, what if this happened? Just go and report it. After confirming it with your child, go to the police and report it. And now the police will get involved when it comes to bullying cases, especially physical cases and assaults or threats. So threat is part of the psychological bullying. They will take it serious and they will help you out. So please do your part and make sure, perform what we call nusra. Nusra, support your children and be there for them and empower them, and make sure you teach them how to fight for their rights. And if the assault case takes place in school, I was comforted to know that the principal, the administration, will be contacting the police, and the police now has an understanding with the district school board, and they can actually get involved if there is a physical harm, an assault case, bullying that leads to an assault that's taking place within the school's jurisdiction. The police will get involved. We just have to move. We just have to do our part. I also asked Brother Umar about a very strange phenomena that we saw in the video, where a lot of students were just very passive. They were passing by as if there was nothing happening. They're not even looking at the person being attacked. They're not even moving anything. At the end of the video, we saw a couple of students heading towards them, but we didn't know what happened. But most of the students that were passing by, they did nothing. And this is very sad. Because to stop bullying, we all need to get involved. If a student just shouts out and says, stop it, or calls for help, the bully will get scared. This is reality. But just passing by, allowing this atrocity to happen, allowing this angry person to take out their anger on others, this is terrible. The environment is conducive for bullying to grow, and it shouldn't be the case. The bullies will flourish in such environments. So when I asked him about this, he told me, and again, it was comforting to know that the school has designed a training program for students to act when they see a case of bullying. Not only if they're subjected to it themselves, but if they see it happening to others, they need to get involved. They need to call for help. They need to scream at the bully and tell them, stop it, back off, whatever. Distract them. Do whatever you can to show them that bullying is not welcomed in class. So this is for the students. Don't be passive about bullying. If you accept it on others, know that it will come to you one day. Do your part and be a responsible citizen and be a responsible human being. Be a responsible student. You see a case of bullying happening in front of you, do something. Shout at them. Go call for help. Talk to the administration. They will get involved. Don't just pass by and turn your face on the other way. This is not the right thing to do. By doing this, you're helping the bully to grow and do more. You're giving them the right environment to practice and grow their bullying on everybody, and you're not going to be safe from it. So please, let's help control this bullying environment by all doing our part as parents and as students. My last advice to parents is we need to grow our kids' confidence by getting involved, as we said, by complaining, by talking to them, and all these nice things. But also, I think it would be very important to help them grow their confidence by engaging them in maybe martial arts or self defense classes, something that will boost their confidence. And we're not saying this because we want them to go out there and fight, but just by receiving such training, we know martial arts and self defense classes, they're really important. They will help them at least to stand up confident in front of the bully with the right posture and the right body language, which will deter the bully. Trust me, it's proven. Bullies will only bully the weak ones, the hesitant. If they see someone confident, they will think twice about it. So engage them in such activities and such programs, help them to grow their confidence so they can defend themselves and avoid bullying and avoid harm. This is all because we want everybody to stay safe, all children, all students. But we're here addressing Muslim students that are being targeted. Please, parents, do your part. Please, my beloved sons and daughters, students, do your part. Let's stop bullying together by doing our part. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you all and help you all. And we want you to know that whatever we can do to help you, we will do it as a community leadership, masajid, like people like Brother Umar and other activists that are doing their part, NCCM, the Canadian Council of Imams, they've issued many letters before. So all these organizations are here to help you, and we want to stick together as a community, boost the confidence, and inshallah, we'll get through it together. May Allah protect you all. Jazakumullah khair for listening. Please share this with as many people as you can so they may inshallah benefit from it. We'll see you inshallah soon in another video in better circumstances inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.